Welcome to Conquering the Pandemic. This is a focus on Fatima College, not just from the academic standpoint, but the ability of a college, its administration, students and parents all as one unit, making a difference to improve the lives of boys and young men in the society of Trinidad and Tobago. With us on today's edition is, of course, Principal Fr Gregory Augustine. Welcome, Fr Gregory.
Thank you.
We spoke about a year ago, almost to the time, in Conquering the Pandemic Part 1. And our attention at that point was looking at the ability of the school to, and I'll use the buzzword at the time, pivot to online learning, bringing schools into the world of Zoom and Google Classrooms to a greater extent. And then, of course, making sure that youngsters and their parents were able to school from home. A difficult period for some, but clearly a period of adaptation, a period of building, and a period of communicating. As you review academic year 2020, what would you say are the key lessons that everyone should have taken away from that period and its benefits as we look forward?
Well, Wendell, you started by saying that it was almost a year. It was a year. In fact, Conquering the Pandemic 1 was in July of 2020, and now we are in August of 2021. So it's a year and more, and a lot of learning has taken place. It has been, to put it positively, an interesting experience. One in which I think all of the various arms of the college came together. As we spoke about in the first segment, we responded as an institution very quickly to the challenge. Going forward, at the beginning of the academic year 2020, September 2020, in fact, we had hoped that we would have started in person, and of course different things developed in August of 2020 with the community spread and so on. So we recognized immediately that we had to continue and to build on what we had done in the last term of the academic year 2019-2020. And I have to say that we are very pleased as an institution as to what we have achieved, what was delivered, and what we have learned. The curriculum was delivered. We had to make adjustments because, of course, online learning is very different from in-person. And with all of the challenges placed before us, everyone came together to ensure that solutions were found, and there was a sense of creativity and embracing what was before us.
Some students would have said, and rightly so, school is school, home is home.
Yes.
There has been a desire, a yearning to return to the institution on the part of all of that community because learning happens in the college in a truly deep and profound way. We have recently learned through the Ministry of Education, guided by the health authorities, the chief medical officer, and those in authority where the health of the country is concerned, that perhaps our desire to return to in-person classes come the academic 2021 may either have to be delayed a bit, or we may at least be looking at the first two being in the same virtual manner. Notwithstanding that, is the college ready in its capacity and its developments and plans to receive students at the moment an announcement is made, whether blended, staged, only the higher forms, what have you, to receive the college fraternity?
Our motto, by striving we conquer.
Indeed.
And therefore, we are going to conquer anything that is before us. And so we are ready. We are ready as we speak. So we are prepared for whatever comes. Yes, there is a sense of disappointment. We had hoped as we closed the academic year 2020-2021, the prefects presented at the closing assembly what we are looking forward to come the new academic year. And rightly so. Well, we understand that we have to delay. But built into our ethos at Fatima is that we are prepared for whatever comes. And so amidst the disappointment, we have to strive on, and we will conquer.
This is no different to industries, whether it be Apple, Facebook, or Google. You may launch a product and it may not have hit the market as you wanted, and so profits or plans are not realized. You have to adapt and come again. Infrastructure-wise, for 2021, there were some construction and development plans on schedule. Can you say at this time whether those plans were actually achieved in readiness for academic 21?
Yes. Yes. So when we closed the school year last year, that would be 2019-2020, one of the projects was the refurbishment of the bathrooms, of the washrooms, the boys' washrooms. That was achieved. During the course of the year, because we had the time and the space, we did some other improvements. The cafeteria was refurbished. The administrative office was refurbished. The junior chemistry lab was refurbished. And of course, for the staff lounge. And of course, the usual issues of maintenance of the buildings. We all know that if a building is left unattended, deterioration sets in. So we were very clear that we did not want this to happen to us. So constantly throughout the year, there was ongoing maintenance on the roof, on the rooms and so on, to ensure that whenever we got that green light, we were ready. And so I can say quite proudly that Fatima is ready. Whenever that will be, that we will be ready to open our doors to our students and our staff and parents come that day.
Well, we're taking a look now at the various refurbishment activities that took place in the lead up to September 2021. And here is Fr Gregory taking us through the respective areas as testimony to the work that everyone has done. So the first area we look at, I believe, are the washrooms. These are new upgrades.
Yes. Contribution of the parents. They were asked at the end of the academic year last year.
Yes.
That was 2020, the academic 1920.
Yes.
They were asked to contribute, and they all did, and this is the result.
Well,
both the junior and the senior washrooms were refurbished.
Well, based on the fact that the commitment and the undertaking was from 2019, and this was ready by April of this year.
No, it was ready in 2 months.
Oh, fantastic.
So for the academic year, last academic year, this was used, and of course the 2-year groups, the Cape and C6 students used it during their exams.
Okay, and maintained by, of course, the staff
yes.
that are responsible for maintenance on the compound. Okay, and of course, once you come outside, well, you got to wash your hands, right?
Of course.
And these are fully functional. With a timer. And start. Excellent. So from refurbished bathrooms, we're heading to the cafeteria. Well, that's a favorite place.
Of course.
Once that bell rang, run.
One of my Form 2 students, he said, I'm missing the cafeteria.
Absolutely, I can imagine. It's hard having an appointment. There we are, on time.
Yes.
On time to head on in. And strong doors now for the cafeteria. I'll let you go in first. So what do we have in the cafeteria at this time? It looks like new stuff is coming.
Yes, so all the material is new, recently imported and arrived again from the old boys are assisting in this, and I have to say publicly that one of our parents, Mr. Champa, was was instrumental in ensuring that this all came in.
Fantastic.
So I wish I
And
could
that's the support and the
Yes.
sort of like collaboration and partnerships that
exists
the
here,
school
Fatima.
has with
Yes.
the parents, right? That if it's required, parents will rally together to make it happen.
Definitely.
Did they have to do a sort of like a space capacity for this or any sort of space planning?
Well, yes.
How many can come in at a time?
Well, the entire college. I mean, we have the sufficient space and of course the doors and
All over now.
This now would be air conditioned. We
Yes.
hope. Oh yes, we can cater for the entire college.
Very good.
29
Very
students.
It's a lovely space.
It is.
Can imagine when it's active. As we continue looking at the various upgrades and refurbishments for the academic year ahead. Where are we now?
We are now to the junior chemistry lab.
Wonderful.
So this would have been constructed sometime in the mid-1980s, and we did an upgrade. A lot of these jobs were done, the contractors were parents, so Mr. Camacho, father of Form 4, going into Form 5.
Yes.
Hopefully, he'll have a new son coming in Form 1. So this is the junior chemistry lab.
Well, immediately as I look here, we can permit what can be considered to be 4 stations per room. And in addition to that, of course, still space for the lecturer, for the teacher,
Right.
and then for others to observe, whether in groups of 2 or what have you. Fantastic. And in terms of the chemistry appetite in the college, how would you rate it?
Well, it is important to note that sciences, the choice of science subjects has declined worldwide.
Right.
It's not as popular as it used to be, but it's still popular here at the college, but not as many as we used to have, let's say,
Yes.
30 years ago.
Yes. Well, but at least it's ready.
Ready.
And can serve even for exams and other activities. Because
Certainly.
your practicals
Certainly.
will now be in an upgraded facility. Fantastic. And so the development is happening across the board with all of the youngsters. Oh, look, sanitizer. Very good. Nicely positioned as we
Yes.
prepare to enter. This is the
Admin
admin
office.
office. All right, so let's try to get in here. Solid door. So admin office.
Yes.
Very important, of course. Any
Okay.
visitor,
The hub
anyone that
of the
comes
college
in.
comes straight here.
Yes.
Will be the secretary, the accounts clerk, the OJTs and so on. They are centered here, and all the administrative affairs of the office are conducted from here.
Fantastic. Really sets an example, and if you don't mind me saying, by striving, you conquer.
College with the crest just above, and to welcome anyone and everyone.
And Father, as we continue now, let's do the easy questions. Parents and their concerns. Once there is word that school can accommodate students yet again, and the authorities have given the all clear via the Ministry of Education, I'll ask the questions. Social distancing? Possible?
I want to be honest. That is going to be difficult. We are clear that, and our parents again have been all on board with this. And in fact, the parents, we just concluded our external exam, the CSEC and KEEP. And so the parents were the ones who were in charge of the receiving of students as they came in, the temperature checking and the sanitizing and so on. Parents, they were given that responsibility, and they have committed to that responsibility come the new school year when we do return. There are going to be challenges, and this is not peculiar to Fatima College. The education system, I think worldwide, will have that challenge. But I think with the vaccination and so on, those hurdles would be overcome. We also have of course, the mask wearing, the walking with your sanitizer, personal sanitizer and so on. And of course, the staff will know this because this is a pet peeve of mine that all this talk about sanitizing and so on, Fatima College has always been sanitized. Okay? This is nothing new to us. We believe in a clean environment. Full stop.
Superb. And that puts the concern to a certain amount of rest in the minds of those, especially new parents, those who have received their results or will soon receive results from the SCA examinations and preparing to enter the college, that the college's preparations at any point in time that an announcement is made does not either disregard nor minimize the importance of all of the requirements to ensure the safety and well-being of all who will enter the college. Now let's assist the young fraternity. Sport, Father? Can I play ball? Can I cross the Mokorapa Road and go onto the field? What will happen where the curriculum of extra activities is concerned?
I'm happy you asked that, Wendell, because it is integral to who we are as an institution. And anybody passing along Mokorapa Road will see that our playing field is ready. Well manicured, ready and willing to accept the students when that day comes. In March, April of this year, when things looked a lot better before the explosion in terms of the numbers and so on, we had some plans to include on an afternoon after school some activities, and are not, again, abiding by all the rules and regulations in terms of training in our varied disciplines, particularly for our junior students. And of course, much planning went into that during the Easter vacation, but of course all that had to come to an abrupt halt because of how things went. But again, we are ready, we are raring to go. We would like to see this. Our students want it. And therefore, as soon as that is allowed, we are prepared to begin.
Now this. We may have a few loaves and a couple fish. But when there is a multitude, somehow through the presence of God in everything that we do in the college, it multiplies for the benefit of all. Financial resources to manage through the uncertainty of a year that may result in us coming out to classes eventually, but it's going to start in the virtual environment. How can parents contribute? How can alma mater contribute? What would really be the desire of the college at this time to ensure that no matter what adversity may befall us where this pandemic is concerned, the well-being and education of the youngsters will not be frustrated or go into some level of trouble? What's needed?
I need to mention, of course, that we did not have our Mayfair 2020, no Mayfair 2021. There was no FET 2021. There was no Food Fest 2020. What we did have, and was the commitment of our parents to giving the contribution, the school contribution. So there's a yearly contribution, and there was almost total compliance. And that has gone a long way in ensuring the smooth running of things in the last academic year. And I have every confidence that that will be so come the new academic year. We have always had the support of our parents in ensuring that that contribution is given, and whatever other issues are required, any other contributions are required, they are ready and willing. So I wish to thank the commitment of the parents for their commitment, and of course our old boys are always there. And I'm not fearful at all that we are assured that we will be able to function with the constraints that we have put before us, but we will continue to function.
There's an interesting perspective In the days of Clive Panton, Mervyn Moore, and others, an audiovisual room, a tech voc room, bicycle shed, even those small activities that were ancillary to the main curriculum might have appeared to be nice to have. But here we are, 2020, 2021, using the very technology that the young Fatima College was exposed to some 20, 30 odd years ago in order to ensure that the entire community of the college stays together, makes a difference for youngsters, and allows the work of the college to manifest in the up and coming young men in our society. Father Gregory, I give you the final words.
Okay, so let me correct you, Wendell. You are forgetting. You're not that young anymore. You said 20, 30 years ago. You have to add another 20 to that. So we're talking about 40, 50 years ago.
40, 50 years ago. Considering our 75th perspective.
Yes. This is the 76th year of the college. And the plans continue for development. Amidst the challenge. The challenges are daunting, but that builds the character. That builds the person. That builds our faith. It is on challenge that the college was founded. We were founded in the year 1945, the final year of the Second World War. People may have said, well, what are you doing this at the end of this devastating period? And so we continue. There are plans for new smart boards for the college. So we continue to conquer whatever challenge is set before us with the help and the grace of God.
We've been speaking with Principal, Fatima College, Father Gregory Augustine, on a second edition of Conquering the Pandemic. Continue to support Fatima College and continue to be part of a community making a difference in the lives of young people in our society. See you next time.